Not exactly the first one.
Okay.
The first one is, I mean, we have always been suffering.
That's what we're going to get.
Well, you ultimately you become being who is in the mind who has you're not creating anymore.
No, you are.
You are, but it's only as you.
Thanks for doing that.
Buddha does come.
But he is able to change them.
He just can't do that.
He's habituated
with these kinds.
because his thought process is known to good all the time. Always thinking,
And it's not even the cognitive because he abides in both ultimate and relative. Yeah, the relative is reflection. And it's spontaneous, so he's created some specific kinds that force him to. Well, he got the film himself and he's the project.
he's the one hanging.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Anyway.
Yeah, seriously. It's a hard thing. Buddha answer, I think the answer, one of them was, he didn't answer. Because no answer to the wrong question.
So we've always
Because it's the same thing. So if you ask the Buddha, what would he say?
Say no. He's not always
Hurry up and level up, man. Level up. Can we go and get
Punch in Buddha.
Yeah.
Punch in Buddha.
Yeah, yeah.
This is scroll nuts, so you can like punch whatever.
Really?
I'm gonna punch scroll nuts. Scroll nuts is like, it says go get that Starbucks, so you punch in an axe. Down the tree. Or you can punch in, jetpack, flying around.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you punch in Buddha.
Nice.
seriously, that's true.
Seriously,
You
that's
give God and the devil, and
Yeah.
you give God a shotgun, and the devil, razor.
Really?
God always wins the game. Yeah, it's very, very, very. That's right. I think that devil should get a couple of
Nice. Wow. How are you, mister? Hi.
I'm gonna write him a break. No, I'm a fair president.
You got wet?
The notebook?
That seems good.
You knew that's why.
A good job. That's so hard. Oh, no.
Yeah. What are you getting on? What are you getting on?
I've been outside.
Yeah.
Put a little sugar on my plate. Put a little sugar on my plate.
Can I think about it? Yeah, because I've got a couple of ideas.
Just whatever you want.
Sure. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So just on Tuesday when you come, just grab an envelope and give me his name on it. Okay, can we get the others in because I've run out of time. Now we've run out of time. What's the time of time?
That would be my time.
What's the time of the time?
No time.
Okay, let's start slowly. We're going to do, who's done the Tibetan debating? Have you done it before? No, okay. I'm not good at it, right? But there's this thing that happens that you go "ta" to someone, right? To try and intimidate them to give you an answer. So the object is the person being debated is sitting down, and then one person usually asks them a question. They usually have to say yes or no only, we'll break that rule. You have to do it in Tibetan, so I don't know how you're going to do this.
Brush up real quick.
So you've got a few minutes to practice. No. And the point, it's an aggressive thing, okay? And it's meant to get your mind a little disorientated. And the point of it is to make you realize what you don't know or what you're not certain about. And usually, if somebody's debating really well and they're giving all the right answers, or they're giving a stupid answer, other people go, ah! The other monks go, whoa, what's that? What kind of answer is that? And so then they feel like, are you saying this? And then another person starts, and another person starts. And it starts off very orderly, but it ends up like a debacle, right? It ends up like everybody's concentrated on the one person and attacking them, right? And they are remaining they're trying to remain non-reactive and just focused on the content. Yeah? So I'm going to start debating some of you. So, what's the... Yeah. And you're not supposed to help her. You're supposed to help me, which helps her, yeah? So, we're studying text, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
What's the rules of debating? Yes or no? You just say yes or no, right? So you say yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So then you did the first one well. She says no. Okay, so think that I'm doing this with good motivation, please. So we do a text, yeah? And who wrote the text?
I have to do yes or no.
I thought you were going to say yes or no too, but you didn't. Who wrote the text? Do you know who wrote the text?
Je Tsongkapa.
Good, so just give me an answer. It's not so hard. Just give me an answer. Je Tsongkapa, how hard is that? And you're certain of that. It's Je Tsongkapa. The text we're studying in the thing is Je Tsongkapa's text. You sure of this?
Well, actually, he wrote...
So you're not that sure. Now you're changing your mind. Is it Je Tsongkapa's or is it
The text is a commentary by...
Oh, so it's now a commentary. We're not doing Je Tsongkapa's text. Where did Je Tsongkapa?
As a commentary on Je Tsongkapa's text.
Okay, so what's Je? So that's good. That's good. By who?
Rinpoche.
Some Rinpoche. Do you think she knows what she's talking about? Or she's just made it up? I think it's just she's Rinpoche. Come on! Just tell me the text you're studying. We've been studying it for 10 weeks. How hard is it? Just feeling uncomfortable. Good. Have good motivation.
That's not me.
It's the Lamrim.
You have to really get on with it because it's fast. Yeah. Quick, the Lamrim one. Right, Lamrim. It's not. It is a Lamrim, right?
Yes.
So you don't even know what you've been studying for 10 weeks, do you? You have no clue.
I have some clue.
You have some clue. For 10 weeks and you get some clue. Someone want to help her? Get some clue? What, you're all asleep? Someone help her!
Lamtso Namsum.
Lamtso Namsum, you're so kind. Now it's your turn. Thank you. You did really well. Yeah? It's your turn. Right? So it's a Lamtso Namsum. Yeah? What does that mean? Lamtso Namsum. Well, you have to think about it. You can't come up with it.
The three principal
The 3 principal paths? Are you sure it's not the 3 principal steps of the path?
3 principal steps of the path.
No, you're wrong. Duh. It's the 3 principal paths. Obviously you're not so sure, right? You've been studying it for 10 weeks. You know more Buddhism than you knew before because you've been studying for so long. Is it 3 principal steps?
It's 3 principal paths because
Lamtso Namsum.
Lamtso Namsum because Rin is
steps. Oh, very good. So now you changed your mind. You went, no, it's not, and now you do. You have to really make a decision. Is it the 3 principal paths? Which one are you really sure of? 3 principal paths or 3 principal steps of the path?
It can't be. It's not that.
So did he just not change his mind?
He did a couple times.
You did, right?
You changed his mind.
How about? By the way, if you have the books, you've got to shut them down. You can't be cheating, okay? Only I'm allowed to cheat. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Call it whatever. It's the Lamtso Namsum, and some Rinpoche wrote it. Apparently, can you at least give me an answer that she couldn't give me? Who wrote the bloody thing?
The 14 verses were written by Je Tsongkapa.
The 14 verses.
Which is
I thought we were studying the 3 principal paths.
There's 14 verses. The 3 principal paths.
So is 3
Lamtso
and
Namsum.
is 3 and 14 the same?
No.
You sure?
Except when you form like.
You can't even say that 3 and 14 are the same. You said except when? At some point they are?
Except when you do 4 minus 1.
Ah, very good, very good. Okay, so you know that the text is called what? Lamtso Namsum. You just told me that. Yeah, you're certain that's the text we're studying.
That is the 14 verses, the root text.
The root text of what?
Lamtso Namsum.
Which is
what?
What's it in English?
The 3 principal
Steps of the path. You said before. You're sure of this? Okay, good, excellent. So you did good. Yeah. Woo, nice, right? So you got to tell me who wrote it. Someone's got to tell me, not you. You. Yeah, who wrote the 3 principal steps or paths or something? Yeah. Steps of the noise. Henry Rinpoche wrote it.
No.
Some Rinpoche. You're supposed to go. Who wrote it? 10 weeks? We don't know. We haven't started going past the next one. Je Tsongkapa! Excellent. So who was Je Tsongkapa? When was he born?
13.
You did it. Nearly. Oh, look how sweet. I'm just going to think about her because in hell. Come on, when did you write it? 1357. Ah, okay. We don't even know the people. We have to get ramped up. Okay. Okay. Good. Thank you. Tell me the 3 principal paths. What are the 3 principal paths?
3 principal paths.
Yeah. You don't have to repeat my question. Just let me get an answer. Yeah. I can tell. It's not about buying time. You can't buy time.
Is it true that monks hit people in these debates?
Yep. Absolutely. So I didn't bring my mala. You're supposed to get cracked over the head. Yeah. Go.
Renunciation.
Renunciation. Yeah.
Renunciation. Third one's correct.
You can't even. It's just 3 things. Quick, come on. Give me the 3 things. Renunciation.
Bodhicitta.
Ah, very good. Bodhicitta.
And correct.
And is that the order? Renunciation, bodhicitta, and correct. You're sure?
Yes.
Renunciation comes first,
Yes.
and then bodhicitta.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, you're supposed to help her now? Really?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Good, excellent. You did really well. See how she stood her ground? She's like, once I'm certain it is. That's what the point of debate is. You're supposed to get to a point, no amount of silly pressure, because obviously we love each other, but obviously we're trying to do this for a goodness. No amount of silly pressure will get her to change her mind once she's certain. Yeah, unlike you who kept breaking down. No, kidding. Yeah, so it's supposed to get you distracted, and you're supposed to be focused and realize it's a goodness to know you don't know something, because you're going to fix it. Because you don't want to be in that pressure situation anymore when everyone is going, whoa, right? So that lets you figure out all the times, all the instances that your knowledge and wisdom isn't certain. And we haven't even began to go into the context. This is just the names. So we've got these 3 things called the 3 principal paths. We call them, what did you call them? In reverse order?
In reverse order?
Yeah, in reverse order.
Correct view.
Yep.
Bodhicitta.
Yep.
Renunciation.
You sure of that?
Yes.
Absolutely, that's what we're studying.
Yes.
And everybody agreed.
Yes.
She had to check just for a little bit. Okay. So what's Lam Rim mean? What's Lam Rim? A Lam Rim text. What's a Lam Rim? Quick, someone give me an answer. Steps on the path. Lam Rim. That's 2 words. Lam Rim, steps on the path.
Steps path.
Good, thank you. And there are 3 scopes to the Lam Rim, aren't there? There's 3 types of Lam Rims. Are there 3 types of Lam Rims?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are they?
That's like lower, middle, and higher. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So I can do that division. Lower, middle, higher. I can do 3. But you got to tell me what they mean. What's the lower mean? What's the lower scope? You can't be thinking or inventing it. You either know it or you don't know it. Do you know it? Do you know it? Do you know what the lower is? Do you know what the lower one is? Do you know it? Yeah. Thank you. It's not hard to answer. Yes. So now tell me, what's the first one? Ah, it's too hard for you. You're making it up.
Is the one where they say that
Does anyone know the answer? Because that's too slow. I'm not putting up with that. Unless you're going to come up with a good answer now.
no, I can
3.
see it on the board.
You can see it on the board. I'm not wasting my time. I'll come back. I'm doing it just to play. Feel the pressure? You feel the pressure, right? Yeah, coming in. Someone help her. Well, I'm looking at you. What's the lowest scope? What's the lowest hope you can?
Is it the cause and effect?
Nope. No, that's something else. Good too.
Functional.
For your own.
No, lowest step. Boo! 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 Huh? Let's hear it. Blah, blah, blah. Good, thank you. Someone help her, please. So, okay, what would the highest one be? If you can't remember the lowest, there's 3 scopes.
So is it when you're studying to?
It's a motivation, isn't it?
The first is so that you
Help
don't get
it.
reborn into a lower realm.
Ah, so now you know. All of a sudden you're pretending you didn't know, and all of a sudden you know.
And the middle is so that you, the highest is so that you reach enlightenment, and in the middle would be when you.
You're nearly there, and I don't want to have compassion for you, so get on with it, quick.
You don't want to be, if you don't want to be reborn to the lower realm, and then you want to be.
Oh, she's making it up, but she gets it wrong. Look at that. Come on, someone. Okay, who's smelling it? Who's got it close?
Okay, so one is you don't want to be reborn in the lower realms. The other is that you want to reach, I think, the highest pleasure realms, and maybe the last one is reaching enlightenment for all.
A third right. No, 2/3 right. I'll give her a 2/3 right. So I better help you. Yeah. Unless anyone can help me. Who? Lowest motivation is you just don't want to go to hell. Basically, you think, oh my God, if I do anything bad, I'll go to hell. A bad rebirth. But you're quite happy to live in the shitty existence of samsara. Yeah, that's the lowest motivation. Yeah, lowest scope of a person reading the Lam Rim. Reading a Lam Rim, their hope is that they're going to get out of that kind of lower rebirth or shitty. And we have that. You know, think, oh, I hope. We have that for this life. I hope I don't become an old, decrepit person. I hope that I die peacefully. Stupid. Yeah, you're gonna die. The medium capacity or medium scope is, wow, I can reach a state of nirvana. I can remove my suffering totally. I'm happy with that.
But not doing anything about it.
No, you do that. You want to get there. You really want to use this Lam Rim text.
Right, doing it.
To get myself out of this suffering cyclical existence. That's your motivation for learning. You sit there and go, I want to learn so I can reach nirvana.
For you.
For me. I don't have to suffer anymore. But the highest capacity are the human beings or the beings that get the idea that reading this text, understanding the content in the Lamtso Namsum can get you out of suffering, can get you out of low rebirth or shitty existences, can get you out of the cyclical experience of life and death, and life and death. And if you can get you out, the first thought that comes up is, I want to help my mum get out, and all my mums. Yeah, that's the highest scope. So I need to just check in. Who found the debating a little bit aggressive? Yeah? Who didn't like it? Hated it? Yeah? Yeah, get used to it. Good, thank you. Get used to it, you wusses. So you did well. That was class 1. Woo. Let's have a quick look. So let's think about a Buddha. What causes a Buddha? Can someone volunteer what causes a Buddha? Come on! What causes a Buddha?
Someone who's transcended all suffering.
What, that causes a Buddha?
Oh.
A thing that transcended all suffering causes a Buddha.
Yes!
So how can you cause yourself a Buddha?
By studying the long run.
So you change your mind. Either a being that transcended all suffering or Lam Rim causes a Buddha. Which one? Quick. One of the two has to. You can't have two things causing the same thing.
My
One of the.
first answer.
But what was your first answer? Because I'm really confused. Because if you're going to cause yourself to be an enlightened being, you have to already have been an enlightened being. Yeah. Nah, not doing that. Okay, come on. It's a simpler answer.
Karma.
Karma. That's a good answer. So
Merit.
karma causes a Buddha.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Do you have karma?
Yes.
Are you a Buddha?
Yes.
Do you see yourself as a Buddha?
Yes.
Do you really?
No.
Honestly?
No.
You just lied to me.
Well, I mean, I know it's in there.
Yeah. You sure you can potentially be there?
I mean,
No, you wavered. Too slow. You have to. You have to really know these things. So you
Yeah,
can't.
the potential is there. Yes, I
You
know
can't.
that.
You're certain about
I
it.
understand that. Yes.
You understand that now. Okay. So we went from Buddha is caused by karma to you being a Buddha, to you not being a Buddha, to being certain, to not being certain. You have to be focused. Tell me what causes Buddhahood.
Emptiness.
Who said that? Emptiness causes Buddhahood?
Can you be like
No.
no?
Emptiness causes Buddhahood? Quick!
Ground.
I think so because
You can't think so, you know or you don't know? Does Buddhahood get caused by emptiness?
yeah.
Answer yes or no. Just yes or
It
no.
has nothing.
No, because
yes,
yes or no.
yes,
Yeah. Emptiness, you're sure about this now.
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes.
Emptiness causes Buddhahood, right?
Yes.
You said that.
Yes.
You said emptiness causes Buddhahood. Good.
Yeah.
But you're wrong. Are you empty?
Yes.
Are you sure? Can you see emptiness? Can you see emptiness? Have you seen emptiness? Okay, I'm going to pause on that one. How many ways of seeing emptiness are there that we talked about? Who said two? You're sure of this?
Yes.
There's two ways to see emptiness.
Yeah.
Woo! Can you see one thing in two different ways?
Yes.
Oh, you can. At the same time.
Yes.
You can, so you must be a Buddha.
No.
No! Another courage we all have, right? I'm coming back to you. Don't forget. So you can see the same thing in two ways. You, personally.
Not me, but it's possible to do that.
It is, and you know this for a fact.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you told me so.
Beautiful. So, when the next bastard walks in here and tells you something else, with that logic, you must believe what they say. So if the next person comes here and says emptiness does not cause Buddhahood, you must believe them. Because using your logic, that because I told you so, you believe it, you must then believe the next person.
No.
Why not?
Because I think about it and I don't.
So, okay. Let's get back to the topic. I don't want you to get lost in the answers, but I like the gusto with which you're responding, by the way. How many ways to see emptiness? What are they?
You can see it directly,
Yep.
or you can, I guess, indirectly intellectualize it.
Okay. So you've seen emptiness.
No, man. I just thought about it.
You've seen emptiness.
No.
You're wrong.
I have?
You just said that there's two ways to see emptiness.
Right.
One was,
One was directly.
And the
I
other?
don't know what that is.
yeah, and the other?
And the other one, when you think about it and you intellectualize
And what-
it. Oh, so then I guess.
Ha!
Okay.
She's like, I win! So you have some understanding of emptiness, yeah? And because you've seen emptiness intellectually, you are emptiness.
I would have to think about that. Wait, can you say that again?
Yeah, so because you've seen emptiness intellectually, you are emptiness. Is that right? Is that right? Are you emptiness? have to answer. Come on, you can't be
Okay,
thinking
yes.
that.
Yes.
You sure?
No.
No, you're not sure. Yeah. Is she right? Is she right?
Yes.
She is emptiness.
No.
Who said no?
Me.
Yeah, boo, you are not emptiness.
Okay.
Yeah, you have emptiness. You are not emptiness. That was class 8.
Yeah.
Duh.
Okay.
Boo! Right? Back to you. One thing causes Buddhahood. Just one thing.
No.
It's, what two things?
Merit
Oh. And wisdom.
and wisdom.
Two things cause Buddhahood or a Buddha. You have to be sure. Now you can't say, I asked for Buddhahood. Did I not? I didn't ask what caused a Buddha. A Buddha is caused by the collection of merit and the collection of
Wisdom.
I love that you know that, guys. See the pressure made you go, yeah, I know it. I know it. It's this, right? See how the pressure got you? That, and that's true. That's true. A Buddha is caused by those two things. The body of a Buddha is caused by those two things. But Buddhahood, there's one simple answer. But give me a simple answer. It's not a hard question. Huh?
Enlightenment.
Virtue.
No.
Just virtue. Yeah? Just virtue. Doing good things causes Buddhahood. Ultimately, now that drills down to
So,
collection of merit, collection of wisdom. The collection of merit, what does that have to do with the three principal paths? The collection of merit. What's merit? Deeds and actions that you do. That's the collection of merit. Yeah? So that, what are the, do we have a list of 11 good things you could do, 11 things you could do? Yeah? Do we have a list of 10 or 11? Good. I was trying to trick you. See how you're beginning to get confident to not be tricked by my bull, but actually begin to check what you know. Yeah? So if you don't get distracted by the theatrics, you can start going, no, there wasn't 11. You want to say yes because I'm trying to force you to, but you're beginning to go, no, hold on, I'm bored of that. I think there's 10. I can't. Yeah? It's that centeredness that you need to find. So if you're certain about that, give me the first of the 10.
Protect life.
Good. Protect life. The second of the 10.
Protect other people's property. Respect.
Don't covet thy neighbor's wife.
Respect other people's property. Good. Third. Excellent. Thank you. Next. Sexual purity. Like respect other people's relationships. Yeah, don't go thinking if you see a partner and their partner walking around, don't start dribbling about them or wishing that you had somebody else's boyfriend or girlfriend. Or when you see other people together, really it means be happy for them. When you see people getting into a relationship, it means be happy for them. A collection of virtue. That got the what? Which part of the Buddha? Collection of merit. All the deeds and action produce what part of the Buddha? The collection of merit produces what?
Body.
There's two parts to a Buddha, right? Give me the Rupakaya and the Dharmakaya. And the Dharmakaya is what? The body of the Buddha, right?
The
The Dharmakaya is the body of the Buddha.
No, the Dharma.
No, it's the body of the Buddha, right?
No.
Ah, what is it?
It's not. It's the mind of the Buddha.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Mind.
I think you're not too sure.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah, nice. I love it. How strong are you? That's beautiful. Excellent, but you're wrong.
Really?
No, you're not. I'm just being mean. You're absolutely firm and correct, and that's the way you should be. Yeah. So the Dharmakaya is the body of the Buddha. Good. Good. You're supposed to go, whoa, no, what are you? I told you already. You're supposed to do that to me. So I told you already.
That trick.
Yeah. So the Dharmakaya is the mind of the Buddha.
Yes.
That's what the 10 virtues produce.
No.
Good. I'm just trying. Okay. What does the 10 virtues produce? The collection of merit. What do they produce? Which kaya? The rupa kaya, which is the physical body of the Buddha, right? Which you can divide into 2 parts, right? We won't go there. It doesn't matter. What about the?
Why won't we go there?
Because I want to jump. We've passed our time and we haven't met.
So bad about passing time.
He isn't.
Nothing. Yeah, he is totally like. So if the collection of merit produces the body of the Buddha, what produces the mind, the Dharmakaya? Anyone? Quick. Wisdom. What produces wisdom? Quick.
Studying stuff.
Studying stuff. Knowledge produces wisdom. Right? That's very short about that.
Yeah.
Yeah? What's a synonym for wisdom, Sam? Emptiness is a synonym for wisdom.
No.
Right? No. It is in Tibetan. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. So when we say wisdom in Tibetan or in Buddhism, we mean emptiness. We mean the ultimate nature of things. That's to be wise. To be wise, to have that wisdom. There's no other meaning for wisdom, actually. And talking about wisdom, there's another synonym for it, which has to do with the 3 paths. Which of the 3 paths relates to emptiness or wisdom?
Correct view.
The third one, correct view. Correct view of
Emptiness.
emptiness. Right? You sure? You look a little
Yeah,
cloudy.
100%.
100% sure. Good, good.
Of course I'm wrong.
Unless of course. Okay.
If emptiness is a synonym for wisdom, and wisdom is a cause for Buddhahood.
Is it? Did I say that? We said virtue was.
Virtue was.
Yeah, which was produced by 2 things.
But you said that wisdom is the cause for the mind of the Buddha. And the Buddha consists of 2 things, the body and the mind.
Yeah, correct.
So, in order to become a Buddha, you need both the body and the mind.
Absolutely.
So, therefore, whatever the cause for Buddha is, you need the cause to be the cause for Buddha mind, and you need the cause for Buddha life.
Absolutely.
So, one of the causes would be wisdom and enlightenment. Wisdom or enlightenment, and the other cause would be the 10 rights.
One cause for the body of the Buddha would go
One
is
cause for the Buddha would be
entirely is 2 things.
Would be enlightenment. Would be wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah.
And then the other cause would be the 10 merits.
Drilled. No, at least the 10.
At least the 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The collection of every deed and action you do, the collection of that, the collection of merit, all the goodness that you do in mind, body, and speech, if you choose the right things, will produce a physical experience of a Buddha. Thinking about reality in a certain way, beginning with just getting knowledge, turning that knowledge into realizations, into internal mental experiences, and then whole mind, karma starts producing results that cause you to look at the world in a specific way through the understanding that nothing is self-existent, produces the mind of a Buddha that can do 2 things. The mind of a Buddha can do 2 things at once that we can't do, right? Which is what? They perceive
Everything, all at once.
They perceive everything all at once, past, present, and future, relative reality, and emptiness at the same time. The emptiness and the relative nature of things at the same time. We can't do that with our mindset. So the production of that comes from beginning with knowledge, understanding of where the nature of reality is, even in a limited experience of it, through our lens, yeah. And as we grow that, and the karmas for that start popping, it will allow from knowledge to turn to wisdom, to then having an intellectual understanding of emptiness, the ultimate nature of reality, that begins to delayer and delayer and delayer to a point where you pop and have a direct experience. You get to see emptiness in a second way, from an intellectual to an experiential way. Yeah? And and then you've gone to that cycle. Cool. So, of course, all of you, since karma comes from you, right? How do I put it? So, in order for you to know all this stuff, you would have had to find a teacher, right? Someone has to teach you this stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. And they must have some qualities, surely. They must, these teachers of yours.
You can look into
No.
universities.
Some of these teachers must have some qualities, right?
Yes.
No,
Of their own.
no,
No?
no.
So,
It's inside of us,
so you're saying there's no such thing as the 10 qualities of a teacher or a lama? Is that what you're saying?
Oh God, I'm going to that.
So there isn't 10 qualities of a lama anywhere in the Holy Scriptures that the Buddhists.
I remember some about
You are?
quality.
Okay, good. So let's talk about those qualities of the teacher. So, they can be divided into, what's the top 3, the first 3? They relate to something.
They have it. Yes, never happens yet. They have the notice. They have to notice.
That's the first one? They have to know the
I don't
Scriptures?
know, in order.
Come on!
It has to live.
Morality, yeah? Yeah, good. That's the next one. They relate to the first 3 relate to the 3 trainings. Morality, concentration, and wisdom. Yeah? So you must make sure that they have a morality, an ethics that they live by. You have to feel that about them. Yeah? What's concentration mean here? No, it comes from having a focused mind on everything they do. That you're seeing that they are doing things with that the same concentration they have from the meditation practice they apply to living. Yeah. And wisdom. What does that mean?
They know scripture.
They must have.
They have an understanding of.
Nice. So they have to have seen emptiness directly, right?
No,
They have to have
I like it. Boo.
They have to perceive it.
They have to have some level of understanding. Yeah, that's number 5, I think. Is that right? Yeah. What's number 5 then?
Intellectual understanding.
Number 3 is at least an intellectual understanding of emptiness. Number 5 is a deep understanding of suchness. Yeah, which means if you can find a teacher that has seen emptiness directly, has had a direct experience of the fabric behind reality, has seen the movie sync up with the soundtrack. Yeah, that's number 5. That's what it means. You should at least try for that. But if you can't find that in them, they should at least have a very good intellectual understanding of it. Yeah. Number 4 was, you already all said it, they must know their stuff, the scriptures. Yeah, they've got to know where this wisdom comes from and not have made it up. Number 6.
What's 5 again?
Deep
Deep understanding.
Yeah, of suchness or emptiness. Number 6.
They don't get tired of it. That's way.
That's not number 6. You're way down the line. You know that. Yeah. Should have thought about it. I'm being kind because of time. Yeah. They have to have had, but they have to know more than the students. Yeah. But they've got to know more than the students. Number 7.
It's not hard here.
Sorry.
It's not hard here.
No. You guys know it. You guys know it. You should actually. You should at this very moment be thinking that nobody outside this room knows these answers at all. And the fact that your mind is even searching for an answer that has some closeness to it, you're saying that in India people don't even know how these things work. You know, and I've told you, I've been in Nepal with Tibetans, and they don't even know why they do their rituals and their things. It's rich and full of this meaning behind them.
That's like Tibetans here who are saying
No clue.
I have no idea.
Yeah, no clue. And in fact, when you start pulling down the fabric of this particular method, and you actually see the richness in it, you can start looking at all the other religious practices in the world, Christianity, Islam, and you see the deep, deep meaning in each one of those rituals that was somehow lost from practice. Just like Tibetans now doing water bowls, don't know why. Just like going to confession. I mean, we did it in the meditation. There's something that happens when you do that admitting of that negative thing at the beginning of meditation that's similar to confession in Christianity, in Catholicism. They don't know why the hell they do it. They think, oh, if I tell God, then I'm somehow, okay, absolved. It doesn't work that way. Something changes in you if things are empty. And you've just found a karma, a potential ripening, a seed that's going to turn horrible, give you a sour fruit. Just catching it, realizing it, then making a commitment. There's this thing called the four forces. You can short circuit that fruit from coming. So that whole going for confession it has a basis. But if you don't understand the basis, it can never turn into a result. It's just wishful thinking. So of course we're going to continue our crappy existences if we're doing rituals. We're just these humans. Oh, it's funny. We're just these creatures going around doing the same kind of rituals in all sorts of forms, in all sorts of countries. We've had wise men and women have a glimpse at the way reality functions, and they've come back and told us in all traditions, and the only thing stopping us from seeing it is our karma. And you can call that anything else, it's our wisdom. If we have the right intention, if we have the wish to figure it out and make efforts towards it, and we understand how to figure it out, then those secrets come out. And they were always there. And that's when the relative appearance turns into ultimate appearance, and you start seeing things, the possibility of all things. I'm rushing and I'm not going to do... Let's go to the two realities, What are they? Deceptive reality and ultimate reality. So they exist in the same spot, right?
Yes.
They exist simultaneously.
Who said yes?
Yes.
They do?
They do.
They do, I'm sure.
Everything has both.
Everything has both.
Yes.
So you're saying
you can't see them at the same time.
I can't see them at the same time.
I can't either.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Good answer. Okay, so let me see what I can throw at you about that. Actually, I won't. I'll come back to that. There's no way at all to manufacture bodhicitta, is there? There's no way that you can actually produce it.
Yes.
Bodhicitta. What's bodhicitta, first of all? What's bodhicitta? Quick, someone, what's bodhicitta? It's the second of the path.
Which all sentient beings have experienced happiness.
The wish to. There's not bodhicitta.
Enlightenment.
The wish for
Thank you. That's bodhicitta. The wish to reach enlightenment. The wish for you to figure out how to remove all pain so you could remove pain from everyone else. That's bodhicitta. The wish for you to figure out what's causing your shittiness and removing it totally and utterly so you can help other people do the same. That's bodhicitta. When you have that in your heart, so you can't make that happen, you can't produce that, can you? You have to be more certain than you can?
Yes.
So there's 3 methods of producing bodhicitta.
No.
There's 2.
Thank you! I love you. Go. What are they?
There's the list of 7.
So is there 2 or there's 7?
There's 2. The first one is
Who can help her with the first method of generating bodhicitta?
Hector
Nope. Bum, bum. Exchanging yourself for others. Yeah?
The bubble.
Good. Exchanging yourself for others. Yeah? Tonglen. That's the first method. If you practice this thing called exchanging yourself for others, you will produce bodhicitta. Yeah? That's one way. But that's not the way we covered here. We covered the 7 steps. Yeah? So there's either 2 ways or 7 ways to produce bodhicitta. You've got to be sure now. How many?
2 ways. One of the ways contains 7 steps.
So, does that mean that there's 7 ways to produce bodhicitta? Come on, it's just a logical question.
No, so you need all of them.
Ah, you need all of them. Okay. So all of them. Number 1 produces bodhicitta.
Exchanging yourself.
Nope. Let's go to the 7-step method.
You need all, yes, you need to...
So the 7-step method has 7 steps. Are you sure?
Oh no, it's yours.
7 steps.
7
Correct.
steps.
Thank you. That it's a list of how many?
Well, 8.
It's
No, it's 0 to 7.
excellent.
That's right.
0 to 7. Good, good. Okay, you remember. So the first one, 0, is what? Equanimity. Okay, so equanimity produces what? I've got to remember myself. Go. Quick.
It produces bodhicitta.
No.
Equanimity.
Equanimity towards what? Who?
Towards all living things.
All living things. Why?
We're all in the same boat together.
Okay, so let's go to equanimity for all living beings. What should you think about them after that? How should you think about them?
As your mother.
Excellent, as your mother. All the way down to what produces bodhicitta in those 7 steps? What step is bodhicitta?
Wait,
It's not a step.
Excellent,
And
it's the
results.
results, which is number
7.
7.
Oh.
So then one thing must produce that number 7, which is number 6,
Responsibility.
which is called Hwaksam. Personal responsibility. Yeah? That produces bodhicitta. Yeah? Awesome, awesome. You did good, you did good. Thank you very much. I'm not going to cover the schools, because you can do your own thing. But I'm going to say, can you stay another 10 minutes? Because I want to do something. Yeah? Can you please? Thank you. So you can open your text now if you've got it. Does anybody have their text there? No.
No.
I do.
That's fine.
Oh.
I'll read it. I want you to remember, sorry if you're new and this might be confusing, this is not a normal Tibetan class, by the way, yeah? It's much gentler than this. But who began to get the hang of, okay, I can get past the bullshit and get to what I know and don't know, yeah? Okay, it's supposed to give you, see, if you do this enough about every one of the topics we covered, if you sit with people and go, you don't know anything, what do you do? And then you have this banter with them, your mind will go into that space, and you went on it, you're like, no, I know it, right? I saw you do that, it's nice. If you do that and then apply that knowledge to meditation, nothing can steer you off guard. Because you're not sitting in meditation going, oh shit, what's the, you know. Because you've had all the what are they called? Objections to it, all the doubt, all the outside, that's wrong, that's right. You know all the arguments for coming to a solid ground about any of these things. And you're so centered and sure about it, it's much faster than our normal learning. So our normal learning will get the intellectual stuff in your head. That debating and arguing with each other in a playful way but forceful will get you so centered and so certain that when you sit down to meditate, there's no getting you off guard. You are so sure about what you know. And you're also aware of where you've got doubts, which should force you to go and debate with somebody until you get all your misconceptions broken. And then you are certain about something. It is a speedy way to learn. So don't be shy about it. I mean, it's silly, but don't be shy about it. I want you to know that you came to a Tibetan Buddhist class and we're going to study these 14 verses. And it's just a poem that if you were a Westerner, you wouldn't know what the hell it means. It's just some poem with some words. I want to read it to you, and I want you to see all that stuff we learned, the qualities of the teacher, the two realities, renunciation, bodhicitta, correct view, mix between karma and emptiness, using the things to generate bodhicitta, beings being your mother, etc. All the things we learned in the last 10 weeks, the entire path to getting to enlightenment is contained in these 14 verses. If you had read these the first day, you wouldn't have a clue. If we take this outside, someone reads it, they cannot see past the veil of the words. And I want you to catch your minds how beautiful it is that you will know what this is. Here we go. First I bow down to the incredible teachers. As far as I am able to explain the essence of all the high teachings of the victors. He's already talking about the three principal paths. All the high teachings, he's talking about this text. Yeah? The paths that all the holy sons commend. The entry point for the fortunate seeking freedom. He's already using the three paths in the first verse. He's using renunciation, bodhicitta, and wisdom in there. Okay? Listen with a pure mind, fortunate ones who have no craving for the pleasures of life, and who, to make leisure and fortune meaningful, strive to turn their minds to the path, correct view, yeah, which pleases the victors. There is no way to end without pure renunciation, the striving for pleasant results in this ocean of life. It is because of their hankering life, as well as that beings are fettered, so seek renunciation first. Leisure and fortune are hard to find. Life's not long. Think of it constantly. Stop desire for this life. Remember the class about stopping desire for this life. Think over and over how your deeds and their fruits, you know what that means now. Karma. Yeah, never fail. And the cycle of suffering, stop desire for future. When you've meditated thus and feel not even a moment's wish for the good things of cyclic life, and when you begin to think both night and day of achieving freedom, you know what that means. You've found renunciation. Renunciation, though, can never bring the total bliss of matchless Buddhahood. You know what matchless Buddhahood is now. Unless it's bound with the purest wish, you also know what that means. And so, the wise seek the high wish for enlightenment. So now, he's going to give you one of the methods for generating that wish, which you know already that we've moved from renunciation now to bodhicitta, right? So you've got to think about beings in a certain way. Here is how you think. They're swept along in four fierce river currents, chained up, tight in past deeds, hard to undo. You also know what that means. That beings are chained up in their karma. Stuffed in a steel cage of grasping self. The duck, the thing we deny, this self-existent idea. Smothered in pitch black ignorance. Ignorance that doesn't see the true nature of reality. In timeless rounds they're born, and in their births are tortured by three sufferings without a break. Think how your mothers feel. Think of what's happening to them. Try to develop this highest wish. You may master renunciation and the wish, but unless you have the wisdom perceiving reality, you cannot cut the root of cyclic existence. Make efforts in ways then to perceive interdependence. You also know what that means. A person has entered the path that pleases the Buddha when for all objects in the cycle or beyond, he sees that cause and effect can never fail, and when for him they lose all solid appearance. They've yet to realize the thought of the able as long as two ideas seem to you you've yet to realize the thought of the able as long as two ideas seem to you disparate. The appearance of things infallible interdependence, and emptiness beyond taking any position. At some point they no longer alternate, come together. Just seeing that interdependence never fails brings realization that destroys how you hold onto objects, and then your analysis of this view is complete. This is the merger of emptiness and karma. In addition, the appearance prevents the existence extreme of self-existence, emptiness that of non-existence. And if you see how emptiness shows in cause and effect, you'll never be stolen off by extreme views. When you've grasped as well as I have the essence, the essential points of each of the three principal paths explained, then go into isolation, my son. Make mighty efforts and quickly win your ultimate path. Ultimate wish. Who could see the three principal paths in that thing? It's beautiful. It's got every single thing in there, and of course every line, every paragraph is now become an ACI course almost. And you can come to an ACI course that just explains karma. You can come to 2 ACI courses that just explain bodhicitta. And every single one of them will have a flavor of correct view. And that's all you need to realize how around you every single moment, because things don't have a nature of their own, because nothing comes from its own side, because every experience of every single thing you've ever experienced and ever will experience is forced upon you by your past karma, your past actions, your past thoughts, your habituation. If you can figure out the code that dumps onto the blankness your reality and forces you to think it's true, if you can figure out that code, not only can you change that and allow that experience to be utterly blissful, but you can do that for everyone else. And it's not an intellectual exercise. It's a way that the way you are seeing things now, the shapes and colors that are coming at you, and your mind is forcing to grab onto them as people talking in a room with a fan going and an air conditioner. Whatever sensations your body is feeling, all of them, without exception, are caused by you before. And it doesn't mean that you're not having this reality. This reality is what it is. It's caused by you. You can change that. So it's always blissful. You can find the code, because things don't have a nature of their own. You can change the code so the appearance is forced upon you as magnificent. And like things change right now, minute by minute, second to second. One day you're feeling wonderful, the next millisecond you're feeling horrible. One day you're walking around, the next day you're having a heart attack. One moment you're in love, the next moment you hate. At some point you change. Those changes are so quick, so instantaneous. It's a karma finishing and a new one beginning. If you can figure out a way to begin the karmas that change this existence, then within a millisecond you can change to enlightenment. Within a millisecond you can have an experience that you don't know anything about ultimate reality, and the next minute be in ultimate reality. And it just takes a millisecond. And then when you get into understanding that and how you can produce that, anything and everything is possible. So sorry to keep you half an hour later. I encourage you, please come next Thursday. We're going to have a quiz in the other room. And in this room we're just going to have a quick discussion while everybody that finishes the quiz finishes. And it's just going to be a hanging around until you're all finished. And then we're going to go and listen to somebody play music and hang out. So please come. Yeah? Thank you so much for a beautiful opportunity to teach. And I hope I see you, first of all, on next Tuesday, yeah?
Yes.
So, if you've had a beautiful thought at all, we didn't even do that to start with, wow. Thank you, Sam. We're going to dedicate, and then, no, we're going to offer a mandala, which means, I want you to think about it this way, if if it's possible to make a perfect world, to whatever way you can think of it, imagine it in your mind as we're doing these sounds. Imagine it from this core of you, spreading all throughout the planet, and everything changing to the most magnificent way it can be for people experiencing it that way. And then once you've produced this perfect globe, sitting in a perfect universe with beings only happy, offer it to the highest being you can, and then dedicate that goodness to touch every being you know. So the same. Sangye Shindu Mite Duargi Drokun Nanda Shinga Chuparsho Idam Guru Ratnamandala Kanyatami Digo Sunam Geshe Tsoksokshin Sunam Geshe Junwe Dampa Guni Toparsho. Really hold that intent in your mind and imagine as many people being surprised that they are happy. And grow that throughout the planet and wish it stays with them for time without an end. And if you just bring that holy being that's sitting atop your head into the inside of you, following all the way down to your heart, just in front of your spine, and sitting there like a dot of light, radiant and full of wisdom and compassion, the two things that will cause you to see yourself as an enlightened being, already sitting there with you. Just hold them there for as long as you can. Thanks for coming. It was a hard first class. Come on Tuesday, please. Let's freak out class 8. Yeah? It starts at 7. And please bring flowers. Yeah, bring flowers. I really want John to really feel loved. Yeah? He's a great teacher. Oh, and if you are, buy that book. It'll review everything we covered. Use it. It's the basis of whatever else you're going to ever learn. It's in this book. So thank you so much.
And so next week, the people who are not interested in taking, the people who are not taking the exam will have.
We're just going to come and hang out here and have a chit chat if you don't want to take an exam. But I highly encourage you taking the exam because it's not about passing or failing. It's about knowing what you don't know and go, oh wow, I know these things, and no, I've got no idea. Yeah. And then you know your gaps, and then you know what you should study. And thank you for the debate. It's really yucky to do. Really?
You did it really well. It's like being like.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Good. I'm happy. I'll get it.